So I've ordered few Sonoffs from ited.cc a few weeks ago, and they finally arrived. Ordered few of them, and I thought I'll give a quick demo on my channel, explain each of these and how it could work on Home Assistant, MQTT, and then to interact with Amazon.echo. First things first, let's open the single relay Sonoff switch, and you have the input and the output. I will open this Sonoff shortly. Pretty good, very strong. I don't think this has any certification relevant, or none of them has a certification or CT for Australia, but these two I believe have CE tick. Let's find that out, but I'm pretty sure this one doesn't. But they all designed of the same material, and let's open it up and see what's inside. Put that aside and let's open the two channel or two relay Sonoff. Yep, this one has a CE tick. Let's open this bit and see. Okay, you got the live, neutral. Yep, so you can put your live input and neutral on this side, and then you have your two outputs this side. Pretty neat design. I believe you'll get the Wi-Fi indication over here, and I can see there's an indication, sort of an LED that would turn multicolor for the on-off statuses of the two lines. Let's crack this open. Just give me a second. Knife, scissor. All right, let's get this open. Now, this one's a bit of a monster. It has the control for 4 lines, and I believe you get the switches on one side, and switches on one side. I believe it's inside. I think you have the switches on this side and the LED indications on the right hand side. Pretty neat design. I don't think this would go inside any wall cavities because of the size of it. Maybe it's good enough for anything that you do, and fit this on the wall and control your 4 lines of power supply for 4 different devices. Let's quickly flip this up and see what's there inside. Yep, so as I mentioned, flip this open. On the left hand side I could see the individual push buttons on the 4 channel Sonoff, and that's also with a CE tick. I understand that with the single channel Sonoff you need to solder your header pins to have your TTL or the USB serial connection to be connected to your computer to flash these devices, and also to simplifying things, that this is a GPI 0 where you can press and hold while you power up to get the device to programming mode. But the 2-channel does not have that flexibility, so you have to manually use a pin on your 8266 microprocessor to get the pin ground, to get the system or the device to programming mode. Also, they have simplified the programming mode on 4-channel, simply by pressing channel 1 and hold while you power it up to get the device into programming mode. And I believe you have to solder some header pins on 2-channel as well, and S on off would have header pins already soldered for convenience. Let's get them open and see. So to open an S on off a single switch, I will get rid of this warranty sticker because it's gonna void the warranty anyway when you flash them. And that's the circuit. So you have the GPI 0 connected to this push button, so when you press it, it'll go ground. That's a 2-color LED there, and you got the memory chip, and you got the 8266 microprocessor, and I believe you have to put your 4-pin header, 4 header pins in this over here. I'll get that done very soon. Let's have a look at the 2-channel. So 2-channel is really let's have a look at that. Okay. 2-channel has a safety here with a fuse closely soldered to relays. I don't think you can use these header pins for programming, but I think it's over to this side. You have to solder your header pins to get the device connected to your TTL. Let's unscrew these 4 screws and have a look at the bottom. Get the screws in so that I don't lose them. In with the boxes away. Okay, we have the circuit board outside now. You can see your memory chip and the 8266 processor here. Yep, so you need to solder your header pins onto this empty slot, and then to get the device to go on to a programming mode, I believe. So you can see there are 6 resistors here. If you discard these 2, choose 1, 2, 3, 4, the second resistor, and that's the pin on the left that you need to ground at the time of powering up this device to get it to programming mode. I like this unit because it's easier to put it behind your wall cavity to manage 2 switches at a time. It's not as bulky as the 4-channel, and it has a bit of a protection with a switch in case of a power surge to come out of unwanted sparky burn situations. Single switch Sonoff, single relay Sonoff is the most cheapest, $7, and you can do wonders with breaking the power lines here. I wouldn't recommend if you don't know what you are doing to isolate your relay to control your toggle functions and things like that. In fact, all these devices are powered using the input power, and because of that, once you supply the power to these devices, it's pretty much live. So I don't recommend anyone have a live device to open like this and fiddle around with it unless you know what you are doing. Let's look at the 4-channel. As I said, it's good value for money. It's pretty good for special projects, but it's not practical in my understanding to put behind wall cavity, as I said. It has a ESP8285 on them with onboard memory, so not like the other 2 devices where you can remove the memory chip and increase the memory size as you please. That's your memory chip of 1 megabyte there, and then if I go in here, I think it's over here, yep, that's your memory chip of 1 megabyte over there. You can, I wouldn't say easily, but given a couple of times, you can optimize, or you can familiarize yourself with removing these chips and putting in new upgraded memory chips, but it's not my expertise at the moment. I would keep it to the last limit, because at the moment you can work with the software that you get in GitHub. There are pretty decent people, I mean very talented people out there in GitHub. Has done some wonders with flashing softwares for these devices at the moment. I found one of them, I can't remember the name, but I'll put that on the description of the video. You can download that software and upload the firmware beg pardon, via Arduino, and that software will work perfect with your existing 1 megabyte RAM. So going back to my 4-channel, in this particular device you can easily, it has the header pins already soldered. You have an easy, like in Sonoff single channel, you can easily hold the first button down and power up the device via TTL to get the board to programming mode. And I find that when you powered by TTL via USB, it's not, the power is not via the USB, the power is not enough to operate all 4 LEDs. It kind of, once you pass 2 LEDs, it kind of, gives that buzzer sound because the power is not enough to charge the coil inside. Give and take for $20. Perfect design. It would be nice if iTed can bring more devices made using ESP processors, so that we can play around with it and as a hobbyist, do something nice and have fun while doing it. It's always better to buy things off eBay. 8266 modules, some power supplies, spare Raspberry Pis, TTL modules for the serial connection. It's actually goes into powering and connecting to Arduino to feed your firmware to these devices, and then motion sensors and some infrared trans receivers like this. If you try to buy it off locally, it's gonna cost you an arm and a leg, but if you have your patience and if you know what you're ordering, obviously to buy them off eBay, ship it from China, 50 cents or $1 here and there, $4, $7-8 here and there, and you get a nice collection of small devices that you can play around with. And I'm trying to build MQTT motion sensor to see whether I can get something better out for motion sensor using MQTT. That's for another video. And also programming these devices. As I said, there is a nice code on GitHub, and I will post that. I will mention that firmware on the description. Just thank the guy for doing it and putting it out for free. It's pretty easy to download and use Arduino to flash your devices and connect these devices easily through to your Home Assistants, and then get the Home Assistant to connect to your Amazon Echo Dot, and you have a nice little setup that you can always expand or grow as and when you have funds and time to make it a kind of a party trick, or you can. It's really nice. I mean, you call Alexa, turn off kitchen light.
Okay.
Alexa, turn on kitchen light.
Okay.
Once you get used to it, it becomes your everyday routine. You wouldn't even feel that you have changed your switches to Alexa. So yeah, do your bit. Enjoy while doing whatever you do. Have fun. Put some feedback, your experience, things you would like to ask. Pardon me with my general language. Sometimes I don't use the actual terminology electronic wise, but that's the beauty of it. Anyone who's not master with electronics can follow my experience and see if we can share some knowledge sometime in the future. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you in another video.